Hello everyone, Sheila back again, and as you can see I am trying my hand at Tunisian crochet. It's a bit awkward for me because of the way I crochet, the way I hold the yarn, and very slow. I've tried doing it that way, holding it. As you can see, I'm not very good at it that way. So this is Tunisian crochet, is much better done holding the wool than the opposite hand to the hook. I would probably get used to it after a while, have a bit practice at it. But I get in the muddle sometimes when I'm trying to hold the yarn like that. But I'm just doing this to show you what I'm doing, this stitch. Now I've done a chain there with that one. Take it back out again. Right, that's all the stitches all the way across. And this stitch, I'm going through, you can see the spaces there, We're missing the first stitch, I think, on this one you do. We do the second one, and then the next one. Where I'm back to holding my yarn in the other hand. I can do it okay this way. It's coming back, that's a bit awkward, and it is the actual length of the hook is awkward for me too. I do have some wooden ones that's, probably about that long with a cable on the end. They are probably better. I'll have to hunt them out and go. But I'm just practicing this to see what the stitches, as you can see, if I can hold it up there where you can see. Somewhere the light's catching it wrong there. The bottom stitches there, where you go through the post of the stitch, this bit here. But the part I've been doing up the top here is going through the spaces between the stitches. So I'm just practicing this. I'm not going to do anything to sell or anything like that. I'm just practicing to see what it's like. But it does rather curl, which I don't like too. I suppose this something like this is cotton, it would probably press flat, but it's very different to ordinary crochet. So I was going to do a cover for my tablet. This I do have an older tablet with it has a cover. This one goes inside it, but it's a little bit longer. It's a bit longer this way, and I have to stretch it to get it in, and it's not like a knitted crochet or anything like that. It's material. So I was going to make one for this to keep it a bit safer, because it was a lot more expensive than my old one. I wouldn't want to get it damaged in any way. But that's enough of that. That's just a little bit crochet to see what I can do. As you can see it a little bit better, the stitch. Like I'm seeing the bottom stitch is just going through that front post there. The stitches, a couple of rows I've been doing up there is going through the space between the stitches there, like that. But I need a little bit more practice at that one, because I did put what I thought was enough stitches to go all the way around my tablet, but after I'd done a few rows it got shorter and shorter, so I need a lot more stitches, so I'm going to have to pull that out anyway. But that was just a little bit practice to, because I did buy these were a set of hooks. Anyone that's interested. There were a set of hooks like this. The sizes are, they go up to 8mm from 2, I think it's 2. Yes, from the very thinnest one, thin one, goes up from a 2mm to an 8mm. But these are what I call the US sizes, because they don't have a 2.75, they don't have a 3.25. They go straight from 3 to 350, which is us in the UK have 325, we have 375, we have 275. But the ones in the United States seem to go different sizes, but they're still millimetres. But anyway, I think these at the time, when I got them from Temu, they were only £4. I think they were about £4.50 for this set. There's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The one I'm using, 11. There's 11 hooks in this set. And they're quite good. They're quite solid, good metal. But like I said, the length of them is very awkward for me because of the way I crochet. Because I crochet with the wool and the hook in the same hand, and it is easier doing it with the wool in the opposite hand to the hook. I will say that much. But anyway, that's enough of those. Looks like I'm advertising for Temu for people. Oh, it's stuck in my jumper, the hook. That's it. Put it down. And I have been... This is another one of my bags. This is a one for... I'll have to check up the lady's name for this one. In my book I put my orders in. You know, I've had a few orders and I can't remember which lady this was for, Margaret or Rosemary. Oh, it's Margaret. This one is for Margaret. She asked for a larger, as you can see, it's a larger bottom on the bag. Where did I put my other ones to show the difference? Oh, it's over the other side of the room. Would be, I'll have to go and get it. That's a difference in the length of these ones. I'm not sure what they actually measure. Actually, never actually measured them when I got them. 12.5 inch bottoms. The 12.5 inch bottoms. These ones. These ones are. I think these are about 10 inches. These ones are smaller. They're 10 inches. So I'm halfway up this one and I'm doing, this lady asked me for sunshine yellow. The only actual sunshine brighter yellow is one I'm doing on a blanket, a baby blanket, and I don't want to use any of that one because I want to make sure I have enough to finish that blanket. So anyway, that's the nearest I have to it. It's quite a bright, yeah, it's not pale. It looks paler on this screen than it actually is. So I'm using 2 strands of double knitting because I usually do either, this is chunky, I either do a strand of chunky and another strand, usually 2 strands of chunky, or a strand of chunky and a strand of Aran. But this is only double knitting. I don't have any Aran or chunky in this yellow, so I'm using 2 strands of that one. So that's to make it thick, you know, so that it's quite solid. So I'm halfway up with that one. My other ones, the smaller ones, I usually do to about, the height gets to about 8 inches. But it'll be, with this being wider, it'll be a little bit higher, maybe about 10 inches. So I'm not sure how far I've done on this one up to now, actually. Done 5 inches, so I'm halfway to that. That's how high it'll come up again. Be about right. So that one, forgot that lady's name again. So to check. Margaret. So this one will be finished soon for you, Margaret, so send me an email with your name and address. I don't know whether I've got your address from in any of my other orders, but send it just in case I haven't. I'll check emails anyway, I'm not sure. But anyway, that one will be finished soon. I'll probably get that one finished sometime today, so I'll be able to post that off on Monday to Margaret. So that's that. And I haven't done a lot of knitting or crochet the last couple of days. That's usually when I don't do any videos, if I haven't done a lot of knitting or crochet, because I have had some aches and pains in my hands. And as soon as the pains start in my hands, I stop. I don't do any knitting or crochet when that happens because I don't want to make it worse. And they seem okay now. They seem to be okay. It's probably the crochet mostly that does it. But anyway, I did a little bit of my own. This was last night. I was starting to feel a little bit better last night, my hands. So I did a little bit of the sleeve on mine. So that's coming on. It'll not take much more for that. It is quite quick. This pattern is just knit 3 and purl 1, and then the other row is just purl all the way across, so it's quite quick to knit, so it'll not be much longer for that one. And the little cardigan I'm doing for Rhiannon, all the pieces here. Right, we'll sort this out. That's the back. Put my hair out the way, I haven't tied it up yet. That's the back. That's the sleeve, that's one front. That's second front. And I had just finished the sleeve. So I have another sleeve to do on that one. And then I will be doing the larger size after I get that one completely finished. And I have other stuff in this. And that was the baby blanket I was talking about, where I had what is called a sunshine yellow. That's more the sunshine yellow, but that was the only yellow that I had, Margaret, so I had to do the peeler yellow for you. As you can see the difference in the colours. It is a lot brighter, that one, but like I'm saying, I only have so many balls of that one and I don't want to use it for anything else till I finish this blanket. This blanket would probably be to sell when I get it finished. I have to put those back down. Put my knitting in that's my project bag. Everything goes in that bag. There's so many things in there. I need to get some of them finished. That one there. Put my crochet in there too. And I have been doing a little bit of the white blanket. I haven't got that here. I'll have to go and get it. I've lost my big needle. There it is. In my bag on the floor where I put my And this is the one that bothers my wrists. So it is so hard to push the wool up and down. It doesn't matter what I do. I put talcum powder on the needle and everything, but it's just so hard to push this wool. So I only do a few rows at a time with this one. It'll not be long because I only have one more ball after this one. Once I can push it up the needle, it's all right to knit, but it's having to push it up. It's so hard to push it up. It must be because of what the stuff is made of. I don't know, but there were 2 lots of different dyes and the wool were different because I had 4 balls and 2 balls are like this. This is the second one I'm using up. Or like this. It's very hard to knit, hard to push across not hard to knit, hard to push across the needles. And then when I actually get them on the other needle, trying to push them down. But the other ball, the other dye is perfect, no trouble at all to knit. It's got something to do with, this one must be rougher. I can't explain it. Someone would have to be knitting with it to know exactly what I mean. But they have a different look about them, the wool. They're not the same. Even though they have the same dye number, lot numbers and everything on, they are not the same. But they're lovely and soft when they're done. When this is on my knee, when I am knitting it, it's lovely and warm. In fact, it gets too warm. And you know, I've been checking my YouTube. I check my earnings every so often on YouTube. They pay me monthly. But it shows every day how much I've actually earned on YouTube through the views and the ads that people look at and that on. And for some reason, on both of my channels, they've knocked, I think it was a couple of pound off one and about £3 off the other from the day before, and I can't understand why they've done that. Because when I looked at it, I checked the amount from the day before. It's less today than it was the day before, so I don't know why they've done that. They don't explain anything to you on YouTube, and that's really annoying. But they knock it off and they don't know why. The only thing I can think of is there must be if some people, you know, some of the advertisers take off their adverts, any money I might have made off that advert, it's taken back off me. I'm wondering if that's the thing that's happened. But anyway, nothing I can do about it. I get annoyed at some things. It doesn't take much to annoy me. And I was at my bingo on Thursday. Me and my friend never won anything. Very close, but never. My friend's always very disappointed when we don't win anything. But I like to say to her, you cannot win all the time. It's got to give somebody else a chance. But anyway, I'm going to sit and do what I can, and I have got, it's a little thing I can show you. I did a little video on my shopping channel showing everybody this little dongle. It's a little TV tuner, but I put it into my computer, and I even bought a little aerial. Yeah, that little aerial, it does pick up some of the channels, because when you buy this thing like this tuner thing, they supply you with a very small, thin aerial, which is absolutely no use whatsoever. So I bought this one, thinking, you know, I would get all the channels. I do get some of the channels with this one, but not all of them. And I was checking through last night to see what there was to watch and films and all that. And everything I wanted to watch, this wouldn't pick it up. I was so annoyed. I had to unplug the aerial from my television, drag it across the room and plug it into this and plug it into my computer so I could watch some old rotten films on. There's a channel called Talking Pictures. There was a couple of one was like a horror one and another one like some action type of thing, but you know, they're no worse than some of the rubbish we get these days. But anyway, I'll keep on. I'm going to do another scan thing with this to see if I can pick up any more channels, because I do have to move it about. If I can get it as close to the window as possible, you must be able to pick up the transmission. I'm on Top Pike where I live on Tyne's television. And if I keep it as close to the window, in fact, if I open the window, I can pick up more than I can through the glass. But I mean, in this weather, I don't want my window open. But anyway, I'm going to plug this in again today and use the aerial from my television. Now, the aerial from my television goes along the edge of my wall, under my window, and that I can bring it in instead of it, because I never switch my television on. I might as well bring that aerial back along the wall, along by my settee here, and pull it out here. It would be easier than trying to get channels with these things. Because, you know, you get a much better reception from your rooftop aerial than you do from these indoor ones. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to plug this in and see if there's any crap on there, you know, that's worth watching on the TV. So anyway, that's my bit for today. I've got knitting to get on with and crochet to get on with, and I might even have to do a little bit shopping this afternoon. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. So bye for now.